What's happening? Peace, love, and light. Y'all already know, man. Disclaimer: my content is for educational purposes only. Y'all gotta do your own research, man. It behooves you to do your own research. Anybody with a hole in their face can tell you anything. None of us have been alive long enough to know all that transpired in the past, and none of us can live long enough to learn all there is to know. A lot of times, man, I make reference to the government in my videos, man. This is what it is, man. But this particular video, I'm gonna be sharing with the people why my views, one aspect of why my views are the way they are as it relates to the government. Just gonna be sharing some information with y'all. Another thing is another book reference for y'all, man. For those that like being in the know, or just not having to depend on nobody to find out what is or what ain't. Keep telling y'all, man, like Barnes and Nobles, man. You'd be surprised what you can get at Barnes and Nobles. Anyway, this is a book that I've referenced a few times to y'all. It's called The Uniform Commercial Code. Now that I got it out the glare, you can kind of like take a look, pause it if you need to. Take a look at what it, what the book entails, and it's basically dealing with everything you can think about in commerce, in society, as it relates to business. So, a lot of us spend more on a pair of sneakers than it costs for that book. Anyway, just figured I'd give you the reference. Whether you deal with it or not, it's definitely it's your money, it's your free will. You do with it what you want. I'm just letting you know where a lot of information is. That's all. Anyway. Again, like I said, man, this. I'm about to read some things to y'all, man, so that way y'all can kind of like understand my temperament as it comes, as when it comes to the government. So, excuse me, bear with me. I'm gonna try to read through it as quickly as I can. Best thing I could tell y'all, man, for right now, man, like as it relates to what I'm about to read, you might want to, if any words, catch your attention, and you want to, delve into the meaning of the word, then, write it down, and look it up. All right, so. All right, listen, I'm going to start here. The people of this nation lost their true Republican form of government on March 27, 1861. 7 southern states walked out of Congress, leaving the entire legislative branch of government without quorum. Those of us that, I found out about what a quorum was when I joined the union job, and in order for them to have meetings, they have to meet a certain quorum, meaning a number of people have to be present in order for it to, transpire. The Congress of the Constitution was dissolved for inability to disband or reconvene. The Republican form of government which the people were guaranteed ceased to exist. Out of necessity to operate the government, President Lincoln issued Executive Order Number 2 in April 1861. Reconvening the Congress at gunpoint, an executive emergency martial law rule jurisdiction, which is what we under now. Since that time, there has been no de jure and de jure just means sanctioned by law. Since that time, there has been no de jure Congress. Everything functions under color of law. Color of law means the appearance or semblance without substance of legal right. Everything functions under color of law. Through executive orders under authority of the war powers, the law of, i.e., emergency, i.e., law of necessity. And the law of necessity means no law whatsoever. Necessity knows no law. The law of forbidding killing is voided when done in self-defense. And of course, in times of war, laws are silent. To establish the underlying debt of the government to the bankers, again, history is best. How's that saying go? Just research, man. My mind is all over the place right now. Things that I know innately, I can't even remember right now. I'm just, again, I'm just clarifying with the reading of the portion of this document, for those that may be wondering why he's so, when it comes to the government, okay, this is why. But still can't remember the saying. But anyway, I'm going to just get back to this. To establish the underlying debt of the government to the bankers, to create corporate entities that are legally subject to the jurisdiction which they exist, and to create the jurisdiction itself correctly. The so-called 14th Amendment was proclaimed and passed in 1868. This was a Sesteque Trust. That's a term you might want to look up. Sesteque Trust. I.e. straw man, If you've ever heard that term, it's your name in all capital letters that exists only on paper. The problem with that is they never tell you that. We grow up thinking that that's who we are, and it's really not us. But again, just keep listening. It'll get into it. This was a Sesteque Trust incorporated in a military, private, international, commercial, de facto jurisdiction created by and belonging to the money power, existing within the emergency of war powers, the only operational jurisdiction since the dissolution of Congress in 1861. Through the 14th Amendment, the artificial person, you hear me? Through the 14th Amendment, the artificial person, corporate entity, franchise, entitled Citizen of the United States, was born into private, corporate, limited liability. Another book reference, man, I for those that, want to be able to decode things that these lawyers, and that's another topic I'm going to get into. These lawyers, write down all that, legalese, bullshit, basically whereas though they can hide, meanings behind words that if you have no legal intelligence, you'll think they're just the regular meaning that you were taught, and they have a completely different meaning. So the book reference I'm going to give you is the Black's Laws Dictionary. I have a third edition. They say it's best to get a fifth edition on down, because if you from the sixth on up, that's when the information starts getting watered down. Is what's been stated about that particular book. There are others, but I'm gonna stick to that for right now. Where is it at? Okay. Section 4 of the 14th Amendment states the validity of the public debt of the United States shall not be questioned. If you look back far enough, in history. You can actually pull it up on YouTube or something like that. You know, they actually, the United States was brought by a group of millionaires back in the late 1800s. I gotta edit this thing, so I'm gonna stop it and start it again. This phone been acting retarded. I gotta get a, I gotta go purchase me a camera within the next couple of days.